Hey everyone, Scott Hansen here from NFL Red Zone, and you're watching the Super Fantasy Bros podcast. 1 hour of commercial-free podcasting starts now. Enjoy the show.
Welcome back to the Super Fantasy Bros podcast. We are back for another season of bringing you the best fantasy football content in the biz. I am here with, as always, Q, T-Gods, Matt, and of course myself to break down everything fantasy football from now until the end of the NFL season. We're 114 days away from kickoff. The countdown is back. We'll be bringing you content for every NFL team, breaking down every position, running through mock drafts, and so much more before September 5th when the season begins. But today we will be starting with our off-season recap, breaking down all the moves from the NFL offseason thus far, going through trades and free agency before doing our NFL draft recap next week. So stay tuned for that. But as always, we will also be ending with some trivia with Q. He better have some fire questions cooking up the last few months.
A year. Or no, that has not been a year.
A year feels like a year. Feels like it's been ages. It's been a long off season, so let's get right into talking some football, gentlemen. Connor, I appreciate the love. We definitely do get more handsome. I think age does us well.
Age like fine wine, baby.
All right, let's start with the trade recap. Ton of trades this NFL offseason. We'll start at the quarterback position. Biggest quarterback trade of the offseason? Maybe not the biggest. Big in my mind because I love Justin Fields. But Justin Fields was shipped off to the Pittsburgh Steelers to make way for Caleb Williams in Chicago. We will talk about that next week. Steelers also obviously brought in Russell Wilson, which we will touch on a little bit more.
The
starter. The real starter.
Does Fields have a chance at fantasy relevance again this season, or will he be relegated as a backup only?
He's a gadget guy.
He's going to be returning kickoffs, so I'm just playing. But Russell Wilson is way out of his prime, so I see no reason for Justin Fields not to at least have an opportunity. They brought him in for a reason, and to not use him would just be stupid.
Yeah, but he stinks.
Yeah,
he does.
He's better than Russell Wilson. I will say he's better than Russell Wilson.
He
Russell Wilson
might be
beyond washed.
He'd be starting.
Much better than Russell Wilson.
He had good numbers last year compared to Justin.
Come on.
No, he didn't. He had mid numbers. Mid.
He loved
at best. At best. But yeah, Justin Fields obviously not going to have value right away. Probably not even worth a stash, honestly, until he is close to at least getting the starting job. Once rumors start swirling, that at that point, maybe he'll have some relevancy once he gets a chance. But I think the chance is coming. But start the season now. Remaining QB trades, there were a few other ones this offseason. Mac Jones to the Jags, Desmond Ridder to the Cardinals, Sam Howell to the Seahawks, Zach Wilson to the Broncos, and Kenny Pickett to the Eagles. Do any of these quarterbacks have a chance to get in some games this season and have some fantasy relevance?
Was Drew Lock traded or was he picked up?
I think he was picked up.
No.
Ritter's going to play a couple games because Kyler busy playing Warzone or some shit. He's always hurt. He's always hurt.
There's definitely a chance of Kyler being injured again for sure. So I'm not going to argue with that one.
Sam Howell, they need to give him the starting job over Geno. He'll be relevant.
He was so good last year.
Might have a chance.
And now he's better receivers.
Zach Wilson.
Yeah, I think Sam Howell might push for that.
Never mind.
Zach Wilson might have a chance only because they drafted Bo Nix as a rookie, and Zach Wilson just has the experience, which for some reason NFL teams love, and they hate giving rookie quarterbacks a chance off the get-go.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know why he has a job, dude.
I don't know either.
God.
He should be in the UFL.
No, he shouldn't. He shouldn't be anything.
Yeah, Zach Wilson, no good. None of these quarterbacks are probably going to have any relevance, so we will talk about the more interesting QB moves that were in free agency. But there was a big running back trade this offseason. Joe Mixon to the Houston Texans. One of the first major running back trades we've seen in quite some time. Despite Mixon putting up 4,100 scrimmage yards and 37 touchdowns just in the last 3 seasons, Bengals decided they're moving on. Didn't want to pay him the money and sent him to the young and exciting Texans, who are obviously very busy this offseason. Will this trade impact Mixon positively, negatively, or about the same with this new team?
I mean, I think it's got to be the same, right?
Yeah.
If not, maybe a little bit more positive.
Only because go a little bit more negative.
Why is that?
I mean, they did look good last year when they had Singletary, and they look good running the
if
ball.
Sidney looks good,
But
Joe
it's just
Mixon should be
now they have all these weapons
pretty
throwing the
damn
ball,
good.
and I think it's going to be a little less positive.
But I mean, the Bengals were throwing the ball too. They had T. Jamar.
They're going to
Yeah.
get rid of Singletary.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much
Better
CJ
than
Stroud's going to be dumping it off compared to how Burrow was with Mixon, and obviously with backups, they were kind of forced to dump it off to Mixon, not being able to get the ball down the field as much. So I think that might impact a little bit, maybe a little bit less receiving work. But there should be definitely open boxes to run through with all of the weapons they added. So I think about the same for Mixon. Moving on to stay with the Texans, because they also traded for Stefon Diggs, probably the biggest trade this offseason, coming off his 6th straight 1,000-yard season, including 4 of those in Buffalo. Did not see a future with Josh Allen, obviously. Texans jumped at the opportunity. He now has more competition for targets, I would say, with Nico Collins, Tank Dell, and Dalton Schultz, compared to pretty much just Gabe Davis and Dalton Kincaid last year. How much does this impact Diggs' value for this upcoming season?
I still think he should be ranked top 12 going into the season,
I agree.
but closer to the 12 range. That's
12.
why I'd probably put him around 12. I mean, I don't
And double team him every play. So
Yeah,
I think
he
that
might.
opens up a lot of opportunities for him to get open. But there is just a lot of weapons, so it's hard to really tell until you see it in a game.
This team is crazy.
Unreal.
Yeah.
I'm so
Like-
excited to watch them.
Yeah. Texans are going to be sick.
Oh,
I do think this hurts Diggs' value just a little bit. I think he's just not going to see the same level of volume he's seen the last 4 years, like 160 targets every season pretty much for the last 4 seasons in a row. Just not going to be that level of volume. Nico Collins is definitely going to soak up targets. Tank Dell, if he's able to stay on the field this year, definitely going to be involved. And Dalton Schultz, probably the same amount of targets as Kincaid, if not less. But Diggs should definitely still be fine. I do agree. I think he'll probably be low-end wide receiver 1, high-end wide receiver 2. Maybe not the clear-cut wide receiver 1 he was going into last season. Another major wide receiver on the move, Keenan Allen to the Bears. One of the more shocking moves this offseason. The Bears acquired Keenan Allen from the Chargers, added him to the squad to pair with DJ Moore. Caleb Williams obviously now has weapons galore. But how does this impact Keenan Allen's value himself?
I think it hurts.
Hurts.
yeah.
Is he going to play the whole season anyway?
True. And
He's
I
been
think
pretty healthy.
regardless, Caleb Williams is a downgrade from Justin Herbert.
Gotta be.
As much as we like to point out Justin Herbert and the on and off season he had last year, I just think Caleb Williams obviously is unproven in the NFL, but Herbert's arguably top 5 in the league right now.
Am I still here?
Yep.
Yeah.
Lagging
just
like a
I-
mug. But
Putting in and out.
Yeah, my computer is like completely. I can't see anything. Literally everything just like refreshed on me. That's crazy.
you
Okay,
want to know the
kind
next
of back.
Deontay
kinda back.
Johnson to the Panthers? You want to talk about that?
Yeah, we can
All
talk about Deontay Johnson to the Panthers. I don't know what the hell just happened. It
That's your
went so
second team,
slow.
isn't it?
No, it's not.
Yeah, it
is
is.
not. I'm hoping and praying Deontay Johnson can unlock Bryce Young, but I really don't think he's going to be that much of an upgrade. Although I do think this could upgrade Deontay Johnson's value. What do you guys think?
I mean, could it get much worse?
No,
Yeah.
but it's possible. I
Sure.
wouldn't put
Anything's
it out of the
possible.
realm of
No,
possibility.
no.
But I mean, we saw Adam Thielen have a great start to the year last year. He was like
That
top
was
10
so
in
random.
fantasy for 10
Yeah.
weeks.
Dude, didn't he have like 100 yards in every game or something?
He
Something
had like
Something
20
crazy.
targets a game.
It was like 6 catches or 7 catches in every game.
He was
But-
so old, too. We wrote him off before the season even started.
Yeah, for real. And so, I mean, if Adam Thielen could do it, Bryce Young, I don't see why Deontay Johnson can't. He kind of got overshadowed by George Pickens in Pittsburgh.
somehow that guy
So-
stinks.
This is like his.
You're such a Pickens
He's
hater
not
for no
stink.
reason.
That guy stinks.
He's
not
alright.
stink.
He's so solid.
No, he's not.
You
He's about-
stink.
He's gonna be so ass this year, and he's gonna ruin Russell Wilson's career
Oh my
by
God.
him being ass.
Dude.
I think Deontay's gonna be pretty good this year, honestly. Like if you look at his numbers from last year, he really wasn't that awful. Like he didn't have like some crazy booms, but he did miss 5 games, still finished as wide receiver 45. I think Deontay's gonna settle right in and get those Adam Thielen targets, like Matt said. So
Hopefully he could score like more than 1 touchdown in a season.
That would be awesome.
That would be pretty cool.
yeah,
That'd be pretty cool.
yeah, that would definitely help his case for sure.
And also to put it into perspective, if George Pickens was traded to the Panthers, we wouldn't even be speaking about him because he'd be irrelevant.
Okay. All right.
That's how bad.
Fantasy season is back in full effect. Q is delusional.
He's not good.
If we started off with Sean Bice with Justin Fields, and now Q being delusional, we're so back.
Trying to find
So
where
back.
Fantasy Bros has George Pickens ranked.
Yeah, please find that.
33.
Please, because
That's good.
That's solid flex option.
Yeah, well, they're
Where's
fried.
Deontay?
Deontay might be around that same range.
Deontay. He's at Command F. Sorry.
Thinking out loud.
Continue. 40.
40.
That's disrespect.
I think that's a little low, honestly. 45 last year, missed 5 games. Like, I know it's not the same team, but it's not like Kenny Pickett was slinging it.
And
So.
this next guy we're going to speak about is 57.
The worst player in the
Jerry
league.
Judy
The worst receiver in the league.
to the Browns.
Who
Hopefully,
cares?
maybe this unlocks his potential that he's had for so long that doesn't exist really.
Flacco plays.
Yeah, no, yeah.
If
I'm
Flacco-
off the Jerry Judy train. You guys think this could help him out at all, or you guys?
Hell
kinda done as
no.
well?
He's a
No.
bum.
It's Coop, it's Njoku, and that's about
Hey,
it.
give me a Njoku.
He's so good.
He is. He's a beast.
And Joku's definitely solid. But yeah, Jerry Judy, obviously no major relevance this year. Probably worth a flyer at best. But as we continue through the offseason, maybe he'll get some hype with some offseason clips. We'll see. But no tight end trades this offseason, shockingly. Last season, we got the big Darren Waller breaking trade to the Giants, even though that ended up being
So
completely
sad.
irrelevant.
Or
Sorry,
Darren.
His relevance fell off pretty quickly. But let's get right into talking about some free agents. Starting back at the quarterback position, Kirk Cousins to the Atlanta Falcons. Captain Kirk heads to Atlanta, team that felt as if maybe they were a quarterback away last year. Pretty much borderline playoff team a little bit last couple seasons, honestly. And obviously Ritter had not been the answer. Heineke was not the answer. Mariota was not the answer. So they went out, paid Kirk Cousins a bag. New offensive coordinator, new receiving core. How does this impact Kirk Cousins' value?
I would probably rank him the same as I would if he was on
Yeah,
his
I'd say probably the same. I mean,
I don't know,
obviously, going from J. Jeff to Drake London as your number one is a hit, but it's not
Yeah.
like the Falcons don't have weapons.
Yeah.
We saw their offense have spurts throughout last year, and I think obviously he's a huge step above Desmond Ritter and whoever the hell else they had.
Fantasy
So
Bros
I don't
has
hate it, but
18.
don't love it.
Yeah, no, I don't love it either. I think I downgrade him a little bit, honestly, from where he was with Minnesota. Obviously, I think Jefferson and Addison, obviously last year too, made a big impact. Hawkinson, that offense was pretty much set up for really easy quarterback. Maybe not easy, but set up for good production for a quarterback. Whereas Drake London, you hope he kind of takes that next step with Kirk Cousins, and then after that, it's like Rondale Moore, Darnell Mooney, guys who haven't really shown much in the last couple of years.
Same player.
Obviously,
Small.
Kyle Pitts hoping to be unlocked, but I don't know if that's ever
We've been waiting
actually
like
Never
40 years,
happening. Let it
brother.
go. Let it
Better
go.
off keeping
Now
John
it's
Jones.
Brock Bowers, baby.
Yeah, Brock Bowers could be a problem. We'll definitely talk about that next week. But Kirk Cousins, I think it downgrades him a little bit, but he'll still be probably a low-end QB1 somewhere towards the end of the season.
Do you agree with Fantasy Pros having him at 18?
I think that's kind of fair. I think at the highest I would put him would probably
Behind
be 15.
Jaden Daniels.
Come
and
on.
Trev.
Come on.
That's fair.
Ian Daniels can be all right.
Just based off upside.
Yeah, he's kind of like the upside, like running quarterback play you're trying to find. But Kirk definitely way safer.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson to Pittsburgh. We obviously touched on this a bit. Does he have anything left in terms of fantasy value himself? Obviously, Fields is going to be knocking on the door behind him, but can Russ cook.
This man will not be drafted in more than 50% of leagues. No shot.
Can't even make
No
a bowl
shot.
of cereal. You want this man to cook.
Dude,
He can cook.
he cannot cook.
I don't know who he's throwing to, but
George Pickens.
no, he's not throwing to George Pickens. Throwing to
Yes,
Pat
he is.
Fryermuth. Who else is on the team?
Yeah, move.
No,
They got to
Najee.
bring Chase Claypool back.
Oh my God,
Oh,
stop.
Calvin. They signed Quez Watkins.
Whoa.
Oh my God, he's gonna
New
resurge.
wide receiver 1.
They got
and Van Jefferson.
Oh, man.
That
They got a
team's
bunch
going
of
to be
no-names.
so fucking bad.
So bad.
Their
That
defense
defense
is going to
is
have
good,
to
though.
carry them again.
As always. So they'll be in games. They'll definitely be in games. But yeah, Russell Wilson, no fantasy value pretty much. I would avoid at all costs personally.
Oh, yeah.
Gardner Minshew did have some sneaky fantasy value last year, here and there. Signs with the Raiders could end up getting the nod over Aiden O'Connell.
Pray to God.
Easily.
Could he be the help that Devontae Adams has needed since he left
Yes.
Aaron Rodgers?
100%.
100,000%.
And it's crazy because he's not even that good. But
He's light years ahead of Aiden O'Connell.
I need to find.
Aiden O'Connell was so bad, I didn't even like watching the Raiders play
I
last
need
year.
to find that picture of Aiden O'Connell, the TikTok guy. Remember?
No, don't find that picture. But yeah, Gardner Minshew, I think this is definitely a great opportunity for him to kind of take that step and prove that he's worth still being a starter in this league. He obviously showed a ton of flashes last year, and he's pretty good at force feeding that wide receiver 1. We saw Pittman put up one of the best seasons of his career as well. So should be good news for Devontae Adams if Minshew is able to get that starting role. Moving on to running back, Saquon Barkley, arguably the biggest signing in the offseason.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of big running back signings, so we'll obviously go through all these real quick. But
He's the best.
Barkley to the Eagles. Can Barkley get back to that elite RB1 status with the Birds?
Top 5.
Uh-huh. The O-line's
Our
something
line will keep
crazy.
him healthy. Yep.
Something crazy.
Yeah. Saquon's going to be so sick. It's going to be the perfect fit. I think, obviously, a lot of running backs we've seen thrive in this offense that maybe aren't the most talented. Former Penn State teammate Miles Sanders, as we saw go to Carolina and do nothing.
Yeah, but he was trash. He's always been trash.
Nah, he was all right.
Come
he was
on, bro.
talented.
He's been
No,
trash
but
always.
That's what I'm saying is like he wasn't that good, and he was able to show that he was pretty good when he was on the Eagles with that O-line. So Saquon should be able to break through back towards that top 5 potential if he's able to stay on the field. Obviously,
he's
biggest
staying.
question mark. But last 3 years, he's played at least 13 games in all 3 of those seasons, so
Take that.
he should be good to roll. Gotta love Saquon to the Birds. Derrick
And we got
Henry
some
also
depth.
a fun one to the Ravens. Derrick Henry, Lamar
20
Jackson coming
touchdowns
at you
season incoming.
is insane. Does this bring Derrick Henry back into that top 5 conversation as well?
No.
Top 5's pushing it, but he's juicy.
Derrick Henry in the all-black Ravens jersey is going to be the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's gonna look like a husky-ass Darth Vader.
Dude, oh my God, I can't wait.
Dude,
I'm getting that jersey.
He's going to be insane with the Ravens. I think it's obviously a perfect match made in heaven. They've been talking about it for the last couple of years trading for him, and now they finally have him from free agency. Maybe a little bit older than they would have hoped, but he was still RB8.
He still got it. He easily still got it. I think he could be top 5. I think you guys are tripping. Baltimore
think he could be
loves
top
running
5
the
as well.
ball. They love running the ball.
Yeah, but they're gonna pull like some random guy off the street like they normally do, and he'll be the relevance.
Justin
Devontae
Forsett.
Freeman.
Justin
haven't
Forsett was
had
the
a-
truth.
He was
Legit
nice.
guy. Maybe
It was.
Justin Forsett was nice for that one season. Maybe 2. But they haven't had like a legit guy since like I don't even want to say his name. Yeah, we can't say that guy's name.
Oh, come on. We still got to make that bracket.
Oh yeah.
The criminal brain.
Yeah.
Rashi Rice
Rashi
trying
Rice.
to
Rashi,
speed
yep.
run his way there.
He might be in
But
the
yeah,
whole
Derrick
game
Henry.
already.
Obviously great. I think it's a little bit of an upgrade for sure going from Tennessee to here. So Derrick Henry should be just fine in Baltimore. Josh Jacobs to the Packers. This one was a little bit more shocking. Aaron Jones obviously played pretty well last season when he was obviously able to be on the field. But Josh Jacobs gets the bag from Green Bay. Does this help or hurt Josh Jacobs' value?
Like it. I think it helps. Better
Yeah.
offense as a whole.
Yeah,
They still
definitely better
do it,
offense. But
for what it's worth.
AJ
They
Dillon,
still do. They have Dylan?
Yeah,
yeah, but he sucks, dude.
we
He's
always
so bad.
talk about AJ fucking Dillon, and he does nothing. He's the
I-
Kyle Pitts of running backs.
I remember there was like a 5-minute period where they had Aaron Jones and Josh Jacobs. I said, "Oh shit, this is probably the best duo in the league." And then they get rid of Aaron Jones.
You really thought they were going to pay to keep both?
Well, I thought maybe they just get rid of AJ. He stinks.
Yeah, that would have been insane if they
Big
kept
for
both.
nothing.
Obviously tough
They
to
just
keep.
a headache, I guess. Because
Yeah, I mean Josh Jacobs obviously had a really down season last year a little bit. He still had some really good games in there, but not as dominant as the season before. So I think this has to be an upgrade by default for Josh Jacobs. He should be just fine with Green Bay. Their offense has been pretty solid. They obviously proved that they are a playoff team with Jordan Love. Jordan Love took that next step that we all wanted to see. So Josh Jacobs should be better in Green Bay. Tony Pollard to the Titans. Is Tony Pollard even really that
God,
good?
no.
I don't know. He's better as a backup than a starter, that's for sure.
I thought he was going to be so
Yeah.
good.
Bro,
then
I had him,
everyone
I'm pretty
did.
sure, ranked top 5 last year, and he just shit the bed. Thank God I wasn't able to get him in any leagues. It would have pissed
Like he
me
was
off.
fine. He got to RB14, but he had long stretches of just like 11 carries,
Dreadful.
40 yards, and like 2 catches. Like
No
not doing enough to be that RB1. Obviously, like staying on the field made him where he was finishing as RB14. But the year before, with less touches, he was RB8. So I don't know if Tennessee's really an upgrade. I think it might be lateral at best.
Yeah.
So Tony Pollard going to be a little bit more risky this year. Maybe you'll get
RB2.
a cheaper version of Tony Pollard, where maybe he'll be good again. But I'm not fully bought in yet. Time will tell. Aaron Jones, as we just talked about, had to leave Green Bay because they signed Josh Jacobs. So he got sent to the Vikings, taking over for the awful duo of Alexander Madison and Cam Akers. Does Aaron Jones find a second life here in Minnesota?
I think so.
I
I
think
think
really
with
a second
a rookie
life.
quarterback, they're going to have to run the ball. I mean,
Or Sam Darnold, either way.
well,
Sam Darnold.
It's Matt's
I
boy.
think, listen, he was RB1 for like 3 weeks. You can't lie.
He was nice.
He was. But
What do you
didn't
think,
the
Brett?
Vikings just draft JJ McCarthy?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did.
So how long is Sam Darnold really going to last as a
It's
starter?
like 5 seconds, probably.
Yeah.
If
So-
he even gets the job.
He was number 1 overall. They have to give him a shot.
Right. But, I mean,
Aaron
I
Jones.
don't know. I like this. I think the Vikings are going to have to run the ball a lot more than they usually did. And I think Aaron Jones could kind of be like the Dalvin Cook when Dalvin Cook was good a couple years ago.
Yeah. I think we might see kind of more of a split backfield here in Minnesota again. Ty Chandler obviously did kind of break out while he had the opportunities in Minnesota last year. I think he's going to have a little bit of a role here. I know in the past it was pretty much just the Dalv show, but Aaron Jones being closer to 30, I think they're not going to want to run him right into the dirt, especially coming off a season where he only played 11 games. But at the end of last season, he obviously looked really good. He looked good in the playoffs, so I think he should be a solid RB2 heading into this season. Might be able to get some sneaky value there.
Vikings clearly have a type when it comes to running back. They love the dreads. Madison,
much.
Ty Chandler, Dalv,
Dalv.
and now Aaron Jones.
Yep.
It worked, except for Madison. It worked.
Yeah, Madison was good as a backup only. DeAndre Swift.
Tony Pollard
Go ahead,
and
Q.
Madison were on a team together. Then they would just cancel out, and because they were both only good as backups. So.
Yeah, maybe they'd be
They
good
would
in
be
like a
each other's
50-50 role.
backups.
DeAndre Swift to the Chicago Bears. Leaves the Birds. Obviously, we did not end up signing him because we had bigger aspirations for Saquon. So Swift needed to go somewhere. Lands in Chicago. Looks like a pretty good situation, all things considered. Looking at Chicago last year, maybe wouldn't have been that great, but this offense obviously now has some pieces. Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, Caleb Williams, like we talked about. Does this keep Swift at that same level? Does this bump him up? What does it do for his value?
I don't know, because don't they still have Roshan Johnson and I think
Who is that
obviously
big bull
he's-
too?
Oh, Foreman.
Yeah.
Foreman,
Yeah.
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 They still
So
have
I
Foreman
feel
went
they-
to the Browns, I believe.
Oh, all right. All right. All right.
Foreman did.
Yeah, Foreman left.
Oh yeah, that's a good fit for him.
I feel like Swift could kind of get touches taken away from Roshan because Roshan's obviously still young. He showed spurts of his talent. And I think going to any team from the Eagles as a running back is going to hurt because
Yep.
there's not many offensive lines as good as ours. So I don't like Swift as much as I did last year, but I definitely think he's going to be able to produce in this offense with the additions that they have. And I don't know. Who knows? Maybe they will be exciting to watch.
Fantasy
Finally.
Pros has him at 23,
Yeah, I
behind
think that's
That's
fair.
pretty
I think
fair.
he's
Connor and in front of Tony Pollard.
Probably
yeah,
right where
I think
it
that's
belongs.
fair. Like low end RB2 for sure. Khalil Herbert's also still there. I think he ended up getting hurt last year.
Yeah.
So he will also kind of mix back into that backfield. But I think Swift's still going to have definitely the most opportunity to be that RB1. Towards the end of last season, we obviously saw the lack of touchdowns was tough with Jalen Hurts tush pushing every other play. So maybe he's a little bit more touchdown friendly here in this offense. We'll see. I think it's kind of a lateral move, honestly. Like he was RB20 last year. I think he's going to finish around RB20 again, maybe push RB15 at best. All right, last one here before we do some quick hits. Austin Eckler to the Washington Commanders. Is Eckler fully washed, or can he find some value with the Commanders?
This is gonna be weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
Tough one. I don't know either because Jaden Daniels, I feel like is going to be the obvious starter week 1. He has rushing ability himself in Los Angeles. Herbert wasn't really ever running.
And they have B-Rob.
And they have B-Rob. Very true. So B-Rob might just be more like the power down back and Ecky, not
Ecky's their
necessarily
down
like
guy.
a change of pace running back, but he'll definitely be in there. I don't see him getting like any goal line touches or short yardage situations. I think definitely going to be B-Rob.
But he's still
Ecky's
Eckler, bro.
completely
He's
washed.
still
I don't-
so
I don't-
good.
I don't think he's
washed.
completely washed.
He's
He-
not washed. So
He's
it's
either
gonna
going to
be
be like the steal in the draft, or like he's going to like ruin someone's team. And
He
be
was
completely
so
useless.
frustrating last year.
I'm definitely not reaching on Eckler this year.
No.
I'm a little bit nervous. I don't think he's going to be pushing like that top 5, top 10
no way.
again,
No, me
especially
neither,
with this
but-
offense. Like, so he's going to be like a low end RB2, I would think, similar to kind of the numbers he put up last year. Maybe a little bit more consistent, like 10 to 15 points, not like 20 and then 5 and then 20 and then 5. We'll see. I think he's just going to be like the Antonio Gibson role, but obviously more consistent touches, more consistent pass game work.
Still the second best running back in that division, I think, by default. Because you have Zeke and you have
Yeah.
Singletary. Or who's the starter for the Giants? I forget his name. Oh, Deion Jackson.
Any
I think Singletary is still going to start
It should
over
be
Deion
Singletary.
Jackson. Yeah.
Huge flag.
And Tyrone Taylor, they drafted a rookie too, I think. I think it's his name. Something Taylor. We'll go through the rookies next week. All right. Quick hits for the running back position. J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards both end up with the Chargers. The other Harbaugh takes his brother's former running backs. Could either of these
Insane.
guys break out for the RB1 role here, or are they just both past relevance at this point?
Don't want either of them.
They'll go back and forth with who's good.
No, I would
One
take
of them-
Gus like at the end of the draft because JK's getting hurt. He just is. That's just what's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'm drafting Gus if he's still there last round.
Yeah. I'll draft J.K. if he's like round 15, like round 14, 15, but somebody's going to want to reach on the potential of J.K. Dobbins still being
Mark.
like a very
Hater.
talented back.
I learned my
but-
lesson.
Yeah, I've learned my lesson as well.
Try to
Do
tell
not
you.
Trust J.K. Dobbins on the field.
Don't want him or Javonte Williams.
As Q just hinted at, Devin Singletary to the G-men. Saquon gone. Singletary clear path to touches, as we mentioned.
Okay, bye, Sean.
Oh, sh-
Bye,
all right, Q,
Sean.
come on. Now's
Well,
your
we got to
time.
find a new. Okay,
Overland.
I wasn't ready for this one.
All right. Well,
This is the only one we
Yeah,
have.
we'll
I'm
look
Sean,
at
apparently. Matt, you're me. Congratulations. And Q,
Let's go.
Q is now Matt. So
all right. Yeah. As Sean was saying, Devin Singletary has gone to the Giants. With Saquon gone, Singletary with a clear path to touches in the offense. Can he find more relevancy or some relevancy similar to last season on the Texans?
Hell no.
For
Yeah,
sure going to be worse than last season. He was on a
100%
much better
worse.
offense. Saquon is just built different, so he was able to be good on that offense. But I feel like if you replace him with any mediocre guy like Singletary, it's not going to pan out.
And the
the way
Giants are going to be down the whole game. There's no chance for them to run. Like it's.
And they just drafted Malik Neighbors, so they're just going to be like, fuck it. It's just throwing
Hopefully
the
they can even get it to him. But
Siggy back
yeah,
to relevance, I believe.
it's sad. I feel I had
RB4.
I had a certain view when he was in Buffalo. Then he changed everything. What I thought about him with the Texans, and now it's probably going to be even worse than he was in Buffalo. So, but I guess he could be a late. He could be a steal, like he was last year. Probably not though.
No.
Next guy here also could be as irrelevant as Devin Singletary. Antonio Gibson,
Sorry.
Matt's favorite guy.
Nope.
Maybe it was
When
Bart's
did I
favorite
like
guy.
Gibby?
Sorry,
It's
it was Bart.
easily Bart.
Easily.
With Ramondre still there, this is not an ideal spot for touches. Is Gibson simply going to play the Zeke role for the Pats, or could he fight for that starting job?
Fuck no, bro. Ramondre's still nice. Don't
Ramondre is him.
disrespect my boy
Yeah.
Ramondre.
There's injuries and the team was god awful last year.
Yeah, and fucking coaching sucked.
Not much better this
Sucked.
year,
But
but
no, that's Ramondre's role.
Gibby's going to get like 7 touches a game.
Yeah, 7 to 10.
they'll mix in with the other random running backs they have play. And then the last running back here, Zach Moss to the Bengals. Why was this even?
I don't know.
Is he the starter? Who's the
He
starter?
might be.
Zach Moss with the Bengals, mixing out of
Who's
town.
first
Open.
this year?
I guess it is. Moss seems poised for the first opportunity to be the workhorse in Cincinnati. Could he push to be an RB2 this year?
I don't think so.
I
don't
mean,
think so.
when he was starting last year, when JT was suspended and then he was hurt.
Oh,
Yeah,
They were
maybe. I
boosted
forgot
back
how
on.
good he was. I'm
Zach Moss
tripping.
was like RB1
I'm tripping.
when
Yeah.
JT was out.
Yeah. He definitely
That's
could be an
just like-
RB2.
Yeah. So I'm yes.
Bengals line is like Swiss cheese, but it just doesn't matter.
The offense is good.
Yeah.
Can't crowd the box play.
What?
I said you can't crowd the box every play.
Were they doing that for Mixon?
Probably not. Because you have T. Higgins and Jamar.
True. All right. That's the end of the running backs. I guess Sean is not returning anytime soon. So I will be the host as
Hell
we
yeah.
continue here.
Let's go.
Hostess with the mostest.
Move down here to wide receiver free agent signings, I believe.
Yeah.
These are free
Yeah.
agent signings. Calvin Ridley to Tennessee. How do we feel about that? He was very hot and cold last year.
I mean, he's going to be even worse than he was last year.
Yep.
So
Not touching him with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah.
I wouldn't draft him to your team, Q. Just to
that's a
mess
good
with
friend. That's a great friend.
Thank you. I actually would appreciate that. I actually would hate that because I think he's going to be better. He's going to be better than he was last year. Because it's hard to beat that.
Who's throwing to him?
Right.
Will Levis
Will Levis. And D-Hop still there.
and Tyler Boyd now. So maybe
And
not.
Tyler Boyd. Maybe they're the new Bengals.
That receiving core is kind of nice. It's kind of good.
But it's also kind of old.
D-Hop's still good. He
He
was
is
good
pretty
last
old.
year when he played. But
Y'all were hating on D-Hop last year. I was the only one sticking up for him.
people
I know,
can
I
change.
did him dirty last year. Sorry, D-Hop.
No, you're not.
Yeah, you need to get a D-Hop Texans or Titans jersey
I know.
to go with your D-Hop Texans and
Collection.
Cardinals jersey.
They're like infinity stones.
I think it'll be good, but with Will Levis, probably it's a little scary. Mike Williams to the Jets. He did not re-sign with the Chargers. How do we feel about Mike Williams going alongside Garrett Wilson? Does this hurt Garrett Wilson? That's the question?
No.
No, it
I
definitely
think-
doesn't.
G-Dubs easily has that number one role locked down. He's going to get his fair share of targets. I don't really like Mike Will on the Jets, honestly.
You do or
They just
don't?
Don't.
I do.
I don't.
I don't think
They
it's
just
as good.
drafted a rookie who I think once he gets acclimated to the offense could take over that number 2 role over Mike Will. I forget his name.
No.
I don't know. Mike Will's still gonna
Yes.
get those crazy bombs, bro.
Or be hurt.
Well, if
Leave
he's
him
not
alone.
hurt,
Hey, you
I
said
think he was
J.K.
better off.
was going to get hurt.
He is gonna get hurt.
We hope he doesn't. I think he would still been better in L.A., but I think with Aaron Rodgers it'll be good. Go down here to the next one, Hollywood, Marquise Brown to KC. With Rashee out, I guess he's the number 1 by default.
Mm.
Is he? He has to be relevant, right? He's on the Chiefs.
He could be all right.
I guess wasn't he like really bad last year, or am I tripping?
He was
last year, I think.
I think he was. I remember Sean gassing him up. He was like top 20.
He was good in the beginning, and then I think he got hurt.
Yeah,
And then
then he
Kyler
was-
got hurt. Yeah.
No, Kyler came
It was-
back.
Yeah. It started out good, went
Okay.
downhill.
It's coming back to me now.
I think he'll be relevant top 20.
He'll be decent.
5.
Not top 25.
Top 30, I
think-
could.
He's like a flyer flex option.
All right, let's see where
Okay.
Fantasy Pros has him. That'll be our Marquise.
Let's see.
Oh, Sean's been in chat. I haven't even peeped.
I don't know how to spell Marquise.
MARQUEI.
Hold up.
Oh,
They have him in as Hollywood Brown. Isn't his name
hell yeah.
Marquise?
No, his name's Hollywood.
His name is Hollywood.
They have him ranked as 39.
39.
I think they're
All right,
asleep.
that's
I would take
too
him at
low.
39
That's
for sure.
too low. Yeah.
He's behind D-Hop in front of Deontay Johnson.
Ew.
That's crazy. They have him around all the rookies like JSN and
I'm drafting
Adunze.
him over D Hop.
Yeah.
Respectfully.
Very respectfully.
Yeah, I would as well.
This was honestly probably the best situation for him.
Oh,
coming
yeah.
out of Arizona.
Because he probably would have been forgotten about if he stayed one more year there. But Hollywood, yeah, good flyer. He'll be like Juju when Juju was on the Chiefs, just a little better.
Yeah.
Definitely better than Juju.
Next guy. Gabe Davis left Buffalo, now joining the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh,
How do we
Oh.
feel about Gabe Davis? This might be a good time for Sean to come back.
I think he's pretty irrelevant.
Doggy doo doo.
Yeah.
Gabe Davis is butt cheeks.
He is,
Yeah,
but
buddy.
cheeks.
Perfect time, Sean.
Dark as shit for what?
Is he gonna have a better season than Calvin Ridley though? On
No.
when he was
No.
on the Jags.
Yes, maybe. Maybe
No.
he might.
Calvin Ridley was
he
still
might.
decent. Calvin Ridley was still decent.
Come
He wasn't
on.
great. What did he
Thank
finish? I was
you,
like wide
bro.
receiver 20.
He had so many games that were like 4 points.
I
First
know.
of all, thank God we got through Hollywood before Sean came back.
Yo, Hollywood's gonna be solid. He's not gonna be great. I'm not gonna gas him up like that.
I have him at 39 right now, which is behind D-Hop and in front of Deontay.
I would take Hollywood around there. Probably closer to 35 for me.
Take him over
Yeah.
D-Hop.
I would.
Yeah.
Where's D Hop again? He's still in Tennessee.
38.
He's 38.
Yes. Oh, sorry, yeah. He might be
I-
38 years old as well.
I don't think I'm taking. I think I'd take Hollywood over D Hop.
Yeah.
31.
With Calvin Ridley in Tennessee and Tyler Boyd now too,
Uh-huh.
D Hop's not gonna have a clear path for like targets. But he'll still obviously get his. He's D Hop. He's not gonna sit on the sidelines and do nothing. So we'll see. But Gabe Davis, that dude, he's gonna be same thing, hit or miss. But I think even worse because Trev is mid
Hit or miss.
compared to Josh Allen. So
Well, he's ass compared to Josh Allen.
yeah, exactly. Curtis Samuel to the Bills. Bills have literally nobody. They also did add MVS recently, but I think Curtis Samuel might have the most value. Is that any value? Is that
No.
worth anything?
Yes.
The only one to believe
Yeah.
that is
It
Matt.
is.
No, it
Yes,
is. It is. It's Josh Allen, bro. He throws the ball like crazy.
Right.
Yeah, picks.
And
I
him
Josh Allen
being
might
his
have to
number
run
one.
1,500 yards next year.
No, he won't because that's James Cook's job.
We'll see about that
Well,
one.
it's Forney.
Okay, like he didn't finish RB13 last year.
Yeah, I know. James Cook's good. I'm not against him.
But
Uh,
Curtis Samuel In the past, he's been decent, and he was in Washington where it was like a roller coaster for every single one of those receivers. And now he gets a steady quarterback on a good offense.
With no competition whatsoever.
No competition. Maybe aside from rookie Keon Coleman.
Yeah, Keon
who
Coleman
I
I think is
also
going to
like.
carve out a role, and Kincaid.
Khalil
But-
Shakir.
Yeah, Curtis Samuel's going to get his.
Okay.
I think he's going to have his best season in the past few years. Sorry, kid.
Khalil Shakir.
Khalil Shakir.
Him.
He'll be all right. He'll be all right. No, I agree. I think this is a good opportunity for Curtis Samuel to kind of continue to be relevant. So I like it for Kurt. Should be his best opportunity in a while. As I just mentioned, Tyler Boyd also went to the Titans. Does Tyler Boyd get any value here?
No.
He's literally the same value as if he was in Cincinnati.
Wide
It's like
receiver
the
3,
same
but now on a
situation.
worse offense. Yeah.
You pick him up when someone gets hurt.
Yeah. If D-Hop sits out some games or Calvin Ridley, Tyler Boyd will have some relevance then. A couple more quick ones. Josh Reynolds to Denver to replace Judy. Do you have some sneaky flex value there?
No,
He was pretty decent with the Lions.
Yeah,
Oh,
every time I
no.
thought of mine, we had the ball. It was him.
I know.
Jared Goff is
Yeah.
better than Justin Fields and Russell Wilson combined.
And richer. Maybe not richer than Russell Wilson, but
Yeah.
he just
Josh
rich.
Reynolds probably not going to get that much value there, especially with Bo Nix throwing passes. Zay Jones to the
Bo Nix could be
Cardinals.
nice.
Zay
No,
Jones,
oh.
wide receiver 2.
Zay was kind of good last year. I remember he
I
started
know.
out really good.
He had a few good games last year. He had good games the year before. The year before, he was wide receiver 26 on the season. So
Now he has Kyler.
now he's wide receiver
He
2
might
on
have
Arizona.
Kyler. Might have Kyler.
He'll have Kyler.
For how long?
He's playing at least another 12 games. So
Okay.
bring
Hey.
Boy.
12 games.
Wait,
I'll
who's
take
the,
12 games.
what was the name of that backup they had? Clayton Tune. That's what it
Ew,
was.
Clayton
Dude
Tune.
stinks. But yeah, Zay Jones, I think this should be another good opportunity for him too. I think he could have some sneaky value, probably worth an ad, wide receiver 4 area, wide receiver 5.
Yep.
DJ Chark to the Chargers. Keenan and Mike Will gone. Any relevance breaking in over Palmer and the rookies?
No thanks.
God, Definitely not over
Maybe.
Palmer.
Yeah.
Palmer's rather have
like
a
Palmer a
top
lot
tier
this year.
season. You
Yeah.
do or don't?
I do.
Palmer's gonna
I've always
munch.
liked Palmer.
I thought you said you didn't. I was a little
No.
surprised.
Palmer's gonna munch.
Yum,
But
yum,
yeah,
yum,
DJ
yum,
Chark,
yum.
high risk,
And
low
Barham.
reward. Allen Robinson to the G-Man, had to bring him up for Q. Q, is A-Rod back?
I mean, he's their best receiver.
Come on, bro.
Look at the resume. Don't
There
say
is
Neighbors
Slayton.
because he hasn't shown anything.
There is
Neighbors
Slayton.
clears.
Oh my God, Slayton.
Where's Shepard when you need him?
Where's
He's
Wandale?
washed.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
Wandale was good.
Wandale Dingle.
Wandale was up and Turkish
Last 2
Wandale
games for
Dingle.
Wandale were good at least. But yeah, no. Allen Robinson, dead man walking. MVS, we already touched to Buffalo as well. Going to be the same amount of irrelevance. Wide receiver 3 that might catch a deep pass once 3 times next year. Tight end, nobody really super relevant, so honestly, we can probably skip it. I think
You
the most
forgot
relevant
Gerald
one is
Everett to the Bears.
Gerald Everett to the Bears. Yeah, but Cole Kmet's there, so what the fuck's Gerald Everett going to do?
He's better, faster,
No,
stronger.
He's not better
Especially-
than Cole Kmet.
Trust me.
Fuck.
And
You
I will
put in
bet
Tyson
right now.
Badgett?
yeah, I was
Cole
about to
Kmet
say-
is the best tight end in the league.
yeah.
I'll bet right now Kmet finishes with more fantasy points than Gerald Everett.
I bet
Edit.
Tyson Badgett has more fantasy points than Justin Fields this season.
I'll bet that too. Tyson Badgett sucks. I think Johnny
really good.
Smith probably
He's
the most relevant add this offseason to Miami, but
Yep.
I
He
still
should have
think he's
stayed in
gonna get-
Atlanta. He was eating.
I know he's better than
they should got Pitts.
Yeah, who hasn't done shit.
I know.
I would say Will Dissly's the most relevant just because the tight end in LA is Parham, who gets a concussion like every time he touches the ball. So
Yeah, they also added another tight end. Though. I think they added Hayden Hurst too.
never the
Forgot
same
about
goal.
Hayden Hurst.
I forgot about him, dude.
We always forget about
He's
him.
in
And they got
Carolina.
my boy Stone Smart. He caught a touchdown last year.
With 2 T's.
But yeah, no. Not much tight end news. Irv Smith also to KC to be backup Kelsey, but it's not going to be relevant.
And Noah Gray.
Yeah, and they also have, I think they drafted a rookie too. So
That's a little too much, sir.
yeah, too much. So that's it for the offseason recap. Went through everybody there. So stay tuned with us. NFL draft fantasy recap, breaking down all the rookies for the upcoming season. Tell you where you can find some value next week. Also, obviously, running back some trivia. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you get your content. We are there. Just search Super Fantasy Bros. You'll find us. If you're watching us on Twitch, throw us a follow. YouTube, subscribe. We will see you guys next week. Peace.